of it. It's great because I see myself doing that, and I see all the different things I've done and what I'm doing now. And I don't know, it's been a really, really interesting journey.
It is a fantastic journey. I mean, all of that stuff looks very kind of nostalgic nowadays, but that was the hippest stuff, the hip when it came out, wasn't it? I mean, It was a huge hit as well.
Yes.
How did you make the transition to the West End, which really began this phase of your career?
Well, after I did that, I actually didn't have any more hits anymore, and was out of work. And I think it was kind of, I was very desperate to sort of make some money and work and sort of be back in the business again. And I thought, well, what can I do? And I knew I'd trained in dancing, acting, singing. So I thought, well, theatre is really the only place for me. So I went for an open audition to Cats and got in after many, many auditions. And that really started a new career for me in that area.
And you were well known already, which was quite interesting, because of your dancing and the big hit, and so you were well known. And then you went and married Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes.
Which was like Cinderella, really, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. I just fell in love with the guy, and he did with me. And but at the same time, we were inspired by each other's work. He'd never written for a soprano before, and I was beginning my sort of classical training, and it just sort of worked from there. So it was a lovely marriage.
But isn't it one of those things, though, that the girl out of the chorus emerges to marry he was and is one of the wealthiest people around, and one of the most, forget the wealth, just in terms of success and brilliant creativity. I mean, he was the main man.
Yes, but I wasn't really in the chorus.
Yes, I know. I'm using it as a metaphor more than anything else.
No, it really wasn't a kind of rags to riches story, I don't think. I think that both of us felt sort of like soulmates, personally as well as musically. And you must remember I was very young when I first met him, so of course hadn't had the chance to sort of build up a career up to that time. I think it was something that was meant to be, and it was a wonderful time, an incredibly creative time as well. And obviously the things that he created for me and I sang have gone on for many years after.
You parted, but you remained friends, which is an object lesson probably to a lot of people. I read that you threw yourself into your work, but your work happened to be singing songs in aspects of love which are written by him. Is that a good chronology or an accurate chronology?
Well, I think, how can I say, yes, a lot of the songs of course, most of the songs I was singing at that time in the 80s were written by him, because it was an ongoing thing, and it took up a tremendous amount of time doing these musicals and performing all these things. I was on stage every night performing, but I think that was, let me think, I stopped doing musicals about 7 years ago now, and have gone on to sing many, many other songs which have become hits and doing different things. And actually I think after us having separate careers and being successful in our own right, and especially for myself, I think it will be interesting if we ever do anything again together.
Right. It was a true synergy. I mean, you were the instrument for his music during that time. He wrote for you, for your soprano voice.
Yes, but he was inspired by it at the time.
Yeah. What do you see in the future for yourself? I mean, do you want to continue doing this? Have you unfulfilled ambitions, things that have not yet happened in your very successful career?
I don't know. I never know. I hate to sort of think what the future may hold, because it's always different, as we all know. I have a very sort of fulfilled life. I tour all over the world. I do classical concerts. I record all the time. I produce. I write. And I love my work. And I hope that it can continue like that, and I can really just stay in this business, because it's what I've always done and known.
Well, the last album was huge, and I'm absolutely certain that Eden is going to be really big. Just a measure of your success in this country, and you're not a very frequent visitor to this country at all, but the concert at the Point Theatre on May the 18th sold out within 24 hours when it went on sale.
Thank you, everybody.
They've just confirmed a second night. So, as a result, you're only for 2 nights. They'll be here on the 19th of May as well. It's a Wednesday night, and tickets will be on sale next Monday morning.
This is so lovely for me. This is just
well, there
great.
you are. It's just a measure of how popular you are in Ireland, and it's going to be in intimate theatre type seating rather than just a massive auditorium and you as a tiny little dot somewhere. People needing binoculars. It's going to be much more intimate than that, so I'm sure it'll be absolutely terrific. While we have you here, you mentioned that lovely song. Have you...
Time to Say Goodbye.
Yes. You want to do it for us?
Yes, okay.
Sarah Brightman.
Thank you.
Time to say goodbye. That was splendid.
Thank you.